Hey guys, it's Shades here. Welcome again to Shades' Soapbox. So it's time to bring 2020 to a close, and whoop, what a year it's been. I want to look back over the last year and not only talk about the bad, because there's obviously been a lot of bad, but also the good. Because despite this really shitty year, there's been some good things going on that I want to appreciate. We can't always focus on the negativity. That's something I've come to learn in recent years, so I want to make sure to apply that to even a year as bad as this one has been. But first, since it seems I must do what I have to appease the YouTube gods, I ask that if you do enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like, comment your thoughts on this crazy year, subscribe to my channel, and ring that little notification bell. I do in-depth anime reviews on this channel, so I might help you find your new favorite. Or you could just laugh at me watching a bad anime, who knows? Anyway, now that my little self-plugging is done, on to my thoughts on this insanity called 2020. First comes the bad. Let's get all that shit out of the way first. Of course, the big elephant in the room is COVID-19. This pandemic has been one of the biggest global disasters we've ever seen. With millions being infected and hundreds of thousands dead as a result, it has been nothing short of a catastrophe. What hasn't helped has been how people have been treating this virus. I'm not one of those in favor of total lockdowns, though I'll be honest, with the way things are heading, especially with an even stronger strain now floating around, I'd be surprised if another total lockdown isn't called soon. That said, the fact that many of us here couldn't even adhere to the common decency of wearing a mask and social distancing is quite frankly pathetic. Everyone throwing parties, not wearing masks, and then getting surprised when they suddenly caught the virus. That's what I call karma. And let me tell you, she's a bigger bitch than Lady K, and that's saying something. And yes, I can call her that. She's a proud bitch. Just ask her.
Damn right.
She's not just a bitch, she's the bitch. Really, the biggest negative point I can make in general is just an overall divisiveness in this country, if not most of the world, honestly. When 9/11 happened, we all came together as a country, lies or not, to prove how strong we were. But with COVID-19, at a time when we should have been more united than ever, we were still divided. At least that's how it appears online. I think it's a safe assumption that the majority of Americans actually do think in the gray area, where they can see both sides of the argument, even if they prefer one side or the other a little bit more. But the vocal minority has become louder than ever thanks to social media. It's almost impossible to have an opinion online without tons of people dragging or pushing you into one extreme or the other. It's insane, and it's going to be what kills our country more than any one person ever could. And I want this to be clear. Both sides are guilty of this. This is not me calling out the side you think I am, given I've made my biases pretty well known. No. Even the people who I would consider on my side of the argument are just as bad, since they're all too damn stubborn to be civil. I've had many friends who I don't always agree with on many topics, whether it be politics, entertainment, or etc. But I can still be friends with them for one simple reason. I don't put them in a box. There's just as many things we do agree with, so I tend to focus on that, not what we differ on. And it's all good that way. It's not that hard, people. Sure, there are some topics you need to take a stand on. I get that. But you can't always expect everyone to think exactly like you do. So you have to find some common ground before you can have any kind of thorough discussion. But things haven't been all bad. Amongst even these dark clouds, there have been some silver linings, even if most of them were just personal for me, but I will not ignore the accomplishments I've made this year. For one, RVT is still growing slowly but surely. Would I like for it, or for my personal channel to grow faster? Sure, of course. But the fact we're still getting new fans on a regular basis means we're still succeeding. I've also gotten slightly more involved in the anime community, hanging out in several voice actor discords, and even joining a few of them for streams and hangouts. They were a lot of fun, and I honestly hope to do more of that next year. Speaking of VAs, thanks to help from Zeltrax Millennium, we got the chance to interview quite a few actors this year. From Derek Stephen Prince, Madeline Morris, Doug Stone, Kylie Bear, and the cherry on top of the sundae, knocking Wendy frickin' Lee off my bucket list. I honestly never thought I would get the chance to talk with her like that, and it was easily one of the best interviews I've ever had, more than living up to what I hoped it would be. So despite recent drama, I will say, Zeltrax, thank you. As far as my channel is concerned, I'm proud about the fact that I went through an entire year without really missing a beat on video releases. Aside from coming off a break at the beginning of the year, I was pretty much able to consistently release a video every single week. My new format has allowed me to work at a very comfortable pace, so I never really felt any burnout coming on, at least not to how it used to be. I can afford to take time to relax and spend time with my family, but still be able to release videos on a regular basis, even trying out a few new things, like my recent guide to VTubers. Speaking of VTubers, this whole setup has really reinvigorated me. Being able to use a virtual avatar is something I never thought could be done so easily, even just 5 years ago. But now, it's no problem at all. I'm even thinking about making some more changes to my look in the next year, possibly to match up to what other VTubers are doing with their designs. But we'll have to wait and see on that front. Another accomplishment, building my own PC for the first time. I've always had hand-me-downs from my family, with me only able to make small adjustments here and there. But for the first time, I was able to build a brand new PC from the ground up. I'm still going to have to make some modifications since not all the parts play nice right now, but just the fact that this is 100% my PC feels freaking amazing. It's made editing videos so much easier too, let me tell you. So yeah, this year has been a train wreck, but if we can only focus on the negative things, it's gonna drive us into a padded cell before too long. I wanna also appreciate the good things that have happened, even if they were small accomplishments. That's my message to all of you going into 2021. Enjoy every victory, no matter how small. Even the smallest step is still a step forward, and those small steps will eventually get you to the larger goal. It's why I haven't given up after 10 years of little to no success making content. I still make progress every video, every stream, every time I talk with you guys on Discord. It all adds up. And that's how it goes for you as well. There will be setbacks and missteps, but never give up, as you'll eventually get there, and it'll be sweeter than any candy when you make it. Honestly, while 2020 was a year of despair and devastation, I truly get a strong sense that 2021 is going to be a year of hope. A year where things get better. A year where we can all come together and deal with our shit and come out better people in the end. Is it wishful thinking? Sure. But I still feel something good is going to happen in 2021. And I will hold on to that and work hard to see that it happens. Anyway, that's going to do it for me here today, folks. On the shades, and I'll see you next year. Rock on!